Hello, this is Katie, and I'm going to show you a Mother's Day card. And when it comes to things with lots of rectangles or paneling, stuff like that, I kind of just guess as I go as to how like the measurements need to be. So if I have an idea, I can kind of go from there. So this is the card base. It's a lavender from Paper Tray Ink. I'll link it below only because I don't know what it is at the moment, but I can do that later. So I have a card base that's just 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The card will be going this way. And then I'll be using the Mother's Day Paper Tray Ink stamp set. And I really like this one right here, that font, so I'll be using that stamp. I'll take that out in a minute. So I kind of wanted to show you how, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay, that's as far as I go. How I would start. So starting with the base, I'm going to set these aside. I want to have a black rectangle inside of this one as part of the base. So I'm going to come in 1/4 inch from all sides. And so because it's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, we'll do the 5 1/2 side first. So I'm going to come in 1/4 inch and another 1/4 inch, which is 1/2 inch. So from 5 1/2 we'll go to 5. I think I want 1/4, yes, 1/4 inch. Yes, that's right. Okay. You can see how my guessing is still going on. So we're at 5, and then 4 1/4 down 1/4, and another 1/4 will be 3.75 or 3 3/4. So that's going to go inside there. And then also from the lavender, I want to go in 1/8 of an inch from that. So from the 5, we'll just go in, but on all sides. So 1/8 of an inch and another 1/8. This one's a little tricky because it's right under the clear part. And it's kind of hard to tell where it is, but I can guess pretty well. And then from 3 3/4, we'll do 1/8 of an inch and 1/8, which puts us at 3 1/2. So then that one is going to sit inside that matted rectangle. So that'll be the start of our base. Then I want 3 more rectangle panels on top of that. That'll be black, black, and black, and then I'm going to have patterned paper on each of those that I'll show you as well. So we will take, let's see, I think I did math on this. I'm trying to remember. So I want to come in from this one. I want to come in another 1/4 inch on all sides. So this one will come to 4 1/2 and then 4 1/4. And then from 3 1/2, it'll be down to 3. So we're getting even smaller. And then I want to divide this into 3 panels that also have 1/4 inch between them. So at 4 1/4, I'm going to put 1/4 inch between. We already have this 1/4 inch taken care of, and I want 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch here. So I'm going to take off 2 more quarters, so 1/2, just on the lengthwise. So then I'm going to divide this by 3. So I have 3 3/4, so each little panel will be 1 1/4. That will cut it down to. Okay, so then I'm going to stick these down really quick so you can see what that's going to look like. Okay, So we've got our loose pieces ready to go. Then we're going to do patterned paper, another like 1/8 of an inch in. So we'll set those aside. We'll get this black one stuck down. Excuse me. Okay, so you want to make sure this is centered. Okay, stick that one down, then we'll stick down the next one. Just so we can get our base taken care of, and then we'll take a look at the pattern paper. And if you're ever worried about centering a big piece when you already have glue on it and everything, sometimes it helps to stand up and just look down so you have a higher view of it. Okay, so for these, I'm going to do the middle one first, and then it's easier to space out the other two if I know that I can stick this one right in the middle. It's kind of hard to see a little bit, but it looks about right. Then I can space the other two around it, and hopefully that one really is in the middle. So these look right. And you can always do some measuring if you want, or try to, but I feel like I can eyeball it okay. So we will do that one right there. And then get the last one on. Okay, and then get that one centered. Okay. All right, those look fine to me. So that is our base with the lavender and black. I think I'm looking through my phone, which I'm using to record, and it looks a little whiter, but it is purpley, so hopefully that looks purpley enough. So then, because I made one already, I took this paper and I cut, oops, sorry about that, I cut it into strips. So I took a piece and I cut it, maybe this one's backwards. There we go. So you can see that it used to be touching, or the pattern. Maybe that's not right. Where did that one come from? Oh, maybe it's on the wrong side. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, so that was it together. So I cut it into pieces that were 1/8 of an inch smaller. So maybe if you aren't sure, just write down your measurements. 1/8 of an inch. So then this one, so I'm going to cut from the top because we're going to split the tops of these between the three so you can kind of see that they were a pattern at some point and that they're kind of taken apart a little bit. So these ones are they're 3 inches tall, these ones here. So I've already cut them the right width. I just want to make sure, and you can actually lay them all down on here because they'll touch. So we'll do 1/8 and 1/8. So that's 2 3/4. You can kind of line them up the same. So I've got them there. We'll cut those, and I'll set these inside before I put my tape runner over them to make sure that they are the right size. Okay, they look good. So we're gonna go ahead and stick these down. You can kind of see that the pattern you can see gets cut up and split. So we'll stick these down. You're just gonna hold them so you can see all the sides. especially with a smaller piece of paper, so you can center that enough. Okay, then we'll do, that's still the right spot. Do the middle piece there, and then we'll get this one down. All right. Okay, so we've got the base there. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit. Okay, and then we want to create or use an already made. So I had these from a different card from a card class a while ago. All I did was cut a strip of rectangle paper as tall as you want it to be, enough to hold your sentiment, and then I went in on the edge of the flat one, like this, and cut that to create that here. So if you have a square punch, it makes creating a banner really, really easy, and that's why I keep this and my corner rounder on my desk at all times, because it's something I reach for often and I don't want to dig through the punch bin. So I do have a little banner ready to go for my sentiment. Then I want to grab a block and get our, which one is it? There we go. The stamp that I chose to use. And then I'll just use the Memento ink, because it's not that thick of a font or an image or anything, so I'm not worried about it not filling in. I don't need to use the Versamark pigment ink. This should look just fine. So you want to center that and give it a good press, and plus it'll dry faster so I can work with it sooner. I don't have to worry about smudging it. Okay, so then I'll flip that over. I have some leftover foam Stampin' Up! Dimensionals from like the Father's Day paper pumpkin kit. The one that didn't work out and actually was missing pieces, so they gave me that calendar. I did that in a giveaway on Instagram. Anyway, so this came in that kit, so I actually kept these because they're useful, obviously. And the stamp set was cute, but it was missing some of the banner pieces or something. I like my foam pieces, so I definitely use a lot, and I want it to support the whole thing. So I probably use more than the average person. So then I'll just go ahead and put this kind of so it's on all three panels. Press that down, and there you go. So you can kind of just, if you have an idea or see an idea, you can gauge the measurements by quarters of an inch, eighths of an inch, and stuff like that, and just kind of work your way in, and you'll probably be fine. I don't like looking at tutorials with measurements. It just hurts my eyes and my brain. So I just kind of like recreating, which I can do pretty easily. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Bye.